All right, first grade, hello. Today we are going to review our high frequency words from yesterday, and then we also are going to learn our new, we're going to learn our new vocabulary words for the week. So first, our high frequency words. Let's go through them, and we're going to go through them quickly because the reason why we call them high frequency words is that we can read them and we recognize them at a high frequency. High frequency means at a fast pace, really quickly. Okay, so reviewing the words that we looked at yesterday, let's do it. You guys are smart. So let's look at our first word. Our first word is do. Very good. What's this word? The. Excellent. Remember this one. What is this one? Like. Good job. What's this word? We. And what's this one? The number one. Very good. Let's go through that one more time. Reading these words. What is this word right here? One. We. Good. Like. The. And do. Awesome. Great job. Okay, what we're going to do now is we are going to look at our vocabulary words for this week. All right, so remember, I'm going to change this so you can see the screen better. Remember, vocabulary words are words that we need to know in order to understand a story and understand what's happening in the story. So before I get started, go ahead and pause this video and grab your journal. You're going to need a journal. You're going to need some utensils to write with, like a pencil, a crayon, markers, whatever that you have in your journal, because we're going to add these new words to our journal. So go ahead and pause this video right now and see what you can do. Okay, perfect. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at the words for the week. So the first word, I wonder if you can read it. You guys are first graders, you're smart, you're readers. Let's see if you can read it. What is this word? And sand. Very good. What is sand? Do you know what sand is? Yes. And so in our story of the week, this is actually a picture from our story of the week, and you have this story inside of your My View book. But it says Henry sees kids sliding and playing in the sand. So where are they playing at? Yes, this is a sandbox. Have you ever seen a sandbox before? Yes, a sandbox is a place. Some parks might have them. You don't see them a lot nowadays, not in our area. But when I was a kid, I remember having a sandbox on the playground when I was in elementary school. And we got to go and play in the sand. And so they're playing in a sandbox. And so we know sand is kind of like, it's not dirt, but it's grainy and it's smooth, okay? Sand. So you guys know what sand is. Very good. Look at the next word. I bet you could read this one too. Try to read it. What is this word? Block. Good. Block. So in our story this week, we're talking about going around. We're talking about neighborhoods this week, right? So we're talking about going around the block. And so I wanted to show you an example of a neighborhood. So here's a neighborhood. And when we're going around a block, that means that it's kind of like you're going, let's pretend like we're walking around the block. So let's pretend like we're right here and pretend like we live in this. Let's pretend this is a house and we live here. If we're going to walk around the block, we're going to walk up this street, come up on the street corner, turn this direction, walk all the way back around, and this would be called a block. If you go for walks in your neighborhoods, maybe you walk around the block. So you go down your street, and then you go down another street, and then you go down another street, and it's like you're making a square or a rectangle. And so when we're talking about going around the block, we're talking about going around our neighborhood and then back to our house. So that's what that word block means in this in our story and in this this picture. Okay, to go around the block. Like I take Toby for walks every day. We go around a block. We walk down the street that I live on, and then we turn down another street, and then we turn down Main Street, and then we turn down another street, and then we end up back at the street that I live on. That means we're going around the block. Good. What is this word right here? I bet you could read this one too. This is a blend. St. And we know if there's two vowels go walking, the first one does the talking. And in this instance, we have two E's, so we know that they say E. So street, street. Good. What is a street? In this picture, we have a street in a very busy city. And a street, right, is where cars can drive up and down. You live where your house is or your apartment is, there's a street, right? Because you have to be able to get to where you live or you get to where you need to be. So you're going up and down a street. So we have a street here. And you know what that word means, street. Good. What do you think this word is? Do you think you can read this word? This is an R-controlled word because I see an R at the end. So corner, corner. So what do you think, what type of corner do you think we're talking about? So this is a, sorry, I took a drink of coffee and then, okay. This is a street corner. So we also can use this as an example too when we're looking at going around the block. When you're walking up the street, this area right here is called the street corner. The corner of the street where it may intersect with another street. So here's another street going this way. The corner is where these two streets intersect. And this is a sidewalk, so this would be the street corner. Okay, so here's another example. Here's the street corner. This is where this street is and this street. This is where they come together and they intersect, which means they collide or they join together. So people can drive this direction, people can drive this direction. Right here would be called the corner, the street corner. And you can find a corner too in your neighborhood. Yep. So we've got sand, block, street, and corner. Grab your journal. This is the time where you're going to grab your journal. And what I want you to do first is write the vocabulary word, draw the picture showing what it means, and then I want you to write a sentence using the words. So you're in first grade now. In kindergarten, we would draw the picture and we would write the word. But in first grade, we are also going to write a sentence showing what that means. So for the word sand, you could write, I played in the sand at the beach, okay? And for the word block, right, we took a walk around the block. I want you to use those words in a sentence and do the best that you can to write the sentence. So first, we're going to draw the word, draw the picture, write a sentence. Write the word, draw a picture, what it means, write the sentence. Okay, I want to see those. I'm going to see, checking your journals to see if you have those in your journals, okay? All right, so go ahead and pause this video and take the time to do that. Okay, now that you're done writing your vocabulary words and sentences, you are going to grab your My View book and we are going to go to page 84, which is an 8 and a 4 in your My View. And this is our developing vocabulary activity. So we're going to use our vocabulary words to finish the sentences about places that our friend Henry, he's our character for the story this week, where he can ride his bike. And we're going to read that story this week, okay? So Henry, so for the first one, it's already done for us. It says Henry can ride around the block. And we talked about that word block. Remember, it's kind of like a route that we can walk around in our neighborhood. Henry can ride around the block because he can go around it. Okay, let's look at the next one. He rides his bike down the sand. Would that make sense? Down the sand? Down the corner? Can he ride a bike down a corner? Or would we put the word street? He rides his bike down the street. So we would write the word street here. This one, it says, at the blank, there is a line of people. So which one of these words would make sense? At the corner or at the sand? Probably at the corner. At the corner, there is a line of people. And our last one says, Henry sees kids playing in the sand, because we know that kids can play in the sand. So you are going to complete this activity inside of your journal. If you are at the Wesley, if you do not have your My View book with you, I did make a template of this activity on Seesaw, so you can do it on Seesaw. But if you have your book, go ahead and do it inside of your book. Take a picture and upload it and send it to me. All right. Excited to read our story this week and excited to see you guys.